Today I'm reviewing the Mahindra XUV500, which is powered by a 2.2 liter M-Hawk engine, which is a diesel engine, and paired with a manual 6-speed gearbox. Let's start driving. So the car redlines at 3000 RPM. It doesn't really cross the 3000 RPM mark, even if you rev it. So this is the XUV500. It's the latest, the facelifted one. It's a very big car, but as an SUV, it has a lot of mirrors, and it's a very wide disc to see from. I mean, you can see from here, It's a very nice angle of the glass placement. Good power in the car in the third gear. Third gear 70. There's a lot of wheel spin in this car. Not only in the first gear, even in the third and fourth gear. If you leave the clutch and pick the accelerator immediately, then there's a slight wheel spin and then the car picks up. So that shows how much power it's delivering to the tires, which the tires can't grip. Yeah, red lines at 3000 RPM. Doesn't go above 3000 RPM at all. It's a nice gearbox. It's a 6-speed, nice shifting gearbox. I do not like it a lot, but it's not very bad in the terms of shifting. It looks okay, but it's not very bad in terms of shifting. I do not like the clutch a lot of this car. The clutch is very light. So, I mean, it's not light in a good way. It's light in a bad way. I mean, it releases immediately, and the car comes to a stall a lot of times. The first time I'm driving the XUV500. So this is a very big steering wheel the car has. I do not really like the steering wheel. The steering wheel does not have any feedback. It is a very, very big steering wheel, which also pops out. Doesn't even look very attractive to the eyes. So there's a nice sunroof over here, which opens and closes very nicely. The braking of the car is solid. So the steering wheel was more sportier. I think the car would have been better from the interiors. The interiors is not that exciting. The interior, but this portion looks good. And I like the AC vent, the design of the AC vents. It's very different from the other cars. So this car does have power, yeah. It's a 2.2 liter, but it only has a 140 horsepower and 330 Newton meters of torque. I think that's a bit less to pull a car with such weight like this. But I don't think it's that bad. I think you can take the car up to 100, 120, 140. I've never driven this. This is the first time I'm driving this car. The first time I'm driving an XUV500, so I don't know. I'll take it on the highway now to see how it performs on the highway. It performs okay in the city. I mean, the first gear and the pickup is not really nice. The braking is nice, but the pickup is not really nice. So first instance, I like this car a lot is because of the handbrake. This reminds me of the Honda Civic, the older one. I used to love the handbrake of the older Honda Civic. So this car does feel big to drive. It doesn't feel I mean, it feels an SUV. It doesn't feel like you're driving a smaller car or a lighter car. It does feel you're driving a heavier car. It does feel that the engine has to pull the car. It's not like it's cruising very smoothly. So yeah, it does feel like an SUV. So we're turning at 70 right now, and the car is moving left to right. Yeah, it is moving left to right. Third gear, 3000 RPM, 3500 RPM, 4000 RPM, just under 4000 RPM. So now we're on 120. Yeah, the car doesn't. Yeah, the car is moving from here to there. I can't do cornering on this car on at least a high speed. The ORVMs are wide, so you can get a very wide view of the cars coming next to you, and I think there's not really a blind spot because of the big angle of the mirror and the size. There's a very small blind spot in the car. So the car does redline at 4000 RPM. But I wouldn't really take it low. It starts sounding bad after 2,500-3,000 RPM. So I'm in third gear right now. So continuously the engine does feel like the ride is very bumpy. It's a very soft suspension, so the ride is very bumpy. There's a lot of body roll in the car. You keep moving from here to there in the car. I mean, I know XC500 is a good car, but in terms of driving, I don't think it meets my expectations, how much I expected of the XC500 to be. I don't think it meets that. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I mean, I can't drive for a long time. I can't take it. I wouldn't take the XC500 on a trip. I wouldn't take it on anywhere more than 100-200 kilometers. I wouldn't prefer taking it. Because yeah, the car is not a lot of fun driving. It's just, I think it's more of a family car. It's more of a kid, you know, kids can sit in the back. There's a wide leg space, the kids can sit in the back, they can play. There's a sunroof and all for them. So it's a more of a family car and like a chauffeur driven car than you yourself driving it, because there's not a lot of fun driving the car. The car does pick up in the 5th gear. I'm on the 5th gear right now. So there are no modes or anything in the car. There's no eco mode or sport mode or any mode. The car does give an average of I think 9. I think it's giving me 9 right now, 9 or 10. This is a diesel engine. So yeah, if you do not rev the car, I think the car will give a nice average. I wouldn't take this car off-roading as such, but I wouldn't mind taking it through a few stone beds or rocky roads. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, I think this car would take all of them under its hood easily. So I don't think this car, in my personal opinion, is as good as the Scorpio engine. I mean, the same engine, but I think the Scorpio has been tuned or set up in a better way than the XUV500. Yeah, I mean, driving such a big car in the city is anyways a hassle. And then driving this car in which there's not a lot of power in it. There's less power technically also. And in terms of driving also, the car is a bit sluggish. Yeah, it does not really pull very nicely. And so yeah, on the expressway I can take it till 120, 130. But other than that, I don't think I'll take it over that. Even while I was just taking a turn back there at 120, and I felt very unconfident because the car doesn't grip very nicely. The car loses grip. The car wheel spins also a lot. So I've never driven the car with the traction control off, but I would prefer not to drive the car with traction control off because of the amount of wheel spin it already generates with traction control. The wheel spin will be a lot without traction. But again, it's a Mahindra car. I mean, Mahindra is an Indian company, so as per Indian standards, I think when they developed the car, it was very nice. And at the price they used to offer at that time I think it was the best car in the segment because of the price range. So after the Tata Safari, I think this is the car that takes over. The new Safari is nice now, but after the older Safari Storm, I think the XUV500 beats the Safari Storm in Indian marketplaces. So yeah, in my opinion, if you have a lower budget, then I think you should go for the XUV500. It's not a bad car. But if you have a higher budget, then you should look for the other options like the Endeavour or the Gloster or even the Crista. The car also has a nice multimedia system. I think they offer, yeah, the audio system is not really nice, but yeah, I mean, they offer a nice multimedia system. They offer a touchscreen system, and it's touchscreen for a long time, so it's not like it's something new. It's a nice setup over here. There's even storage space over here. But yeah, the steering does not have any feel and feedback. So I think Mahindra should improve on that a lot. So the only USP of this car that I love a lot is the handbrake. The handbrake looks very nice. I love the way it holds and unholds. The gearbox is also nice. There's a 6-speed gearbox, so there's a lever, and then you can shift it into reverse. And one thing I think Mahindra should also improve on is the clutch. The clutch of the car is not really nice. So yeah, I think that's it for the video today. This is the Mahindra XUV500 for you, powered by a 2.2 liter turbocharged diesel engine paired with a 6-speed manual gearbox.